Hi, my name is Valerie Weiss. Um, so this past week we talked a lot about, we could choose what question we were, wanting to learn more about and discuss with our classmates. And the one that I chose was, how do I best learn? Which I think is really important as a teacher to understand that learning continues even though you are now teaching as a profession. Um, and so the three questions that I had. Um, the first was, let me pull it up here. Um, Let me read it really fast. The first was, what environment do I learn best in? This was something that I have really tried to understand about myself, and I'm still figuring out what environment best suits me and how I can really learn. And there were some great responses from fellow classmates. One of them was just trial and error, which I actually really appreciated because I think that's really true. That there are some places that you learn better in as opposed to others, and that you just kind of have to figure that out as you go. Figuring, maybe it's not great for you to study and learn in a public place. Maybe it's better in a private place, but you won't know until you kind of try it and develop that on your own. So trial and error. Some other suggestions were being in a quiet, more secluded place, um, listening to instrumental music, that can get you just kind of in your own realm, so that you can learn, whether it's studying or writing or, whatever it may be. And then also praying to know where the Lord might have you study, and what environment might be better for you to learn in. So I really appreciate those responses just because it's still something I'm trying to figure out. Um, the second question that I had was, if there's a topic that I am not necessarily interested in, how can I develop some sort of passion or desire to learn that topic? For example, me and math don't go together. Never have. And I'm not saying that we never will, but um, not looking super likely. And so, uh, I wanted to write down just a couple of suggestions that people had mentioned on the discussion board. First one I loved it was fake it till you make it, basically, which I think is so true. That you just kind of have to sometimes buck up and just do it and try your best to like the topic or to learn, and you might be surprised at what happens. And then second, the thing that I thought was very interesting that I really appreciated was um, role playing, almost putting yourself in the shoes as if, like, say, take math for example, as if I'm like top math student, being in that classroom and like just totally owning it and just being, um, I don't know, I think just going for it. And so, um, I really appreciate that because I've never thought about like role playing in that sense. So, I thought that that was a great suggestion. Um, and then my last question was, how do I prioritize what I learn? Because there are so many things I could learn. So trying to prioritize. Um, and some suggestions were to create lists of the most important and beneficial things for you at the time. Which I think that's a great suggestion, especially that word beneficial. What will benefit me from learning a specific topic or whatever it may be? And I think that's a great suggestion. And then the second one, of course, is to ask the Lord. Um, I love that, and I don't try to make light of that. I think that that's so great that you incorporate the Lord in your learning experience. So anyway, those are my questions and responses that people had given me, and I love those suggestions.